After we explained and discussed various types of conversion of length, conversion of area, it's time to explain map scale and area scale. All of us, we know what is a map. For example, here we can find the map of the Middle East, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Sudan, Libya, Tunisia, Algeria, and at the north we can find the Mediterranean Sea, and to the east we can find the Red Sea, and so on. These countries, we can just draw it on a small piece of paper. If you're drawing on a small piece of paper, how does it look like exactly the map of the countries we can see from a satellite? We simply make it smaller so that we can draw on a piece of paper. How? It is similarity. It is a sort of similarity. Today we'll explain the map scale and the area scale, and let's take an example. For example, the distance between Alexandria and Cairo, in reality, it is 240 kilometers. How to represent it on a piece of paper, how to make it smaller, and what is the definition of a scale, map scale. Usually, in any map, you can see at the lower corner, you can see the map scale. It's usually written like 1 is to something. For example, it is 1 is to 2 million, for example. So that I can draw the distance between Alexandria and Cairo, which are two major cities. Cairo, as you know, it's the capital of Egypt, and Alexandria, it lies on the Mediterranean Sea. It's a major city in Egypt. And the distance between them in reality is 240 kilometers, for example. So now we need to draw it on a piece of paper with map 1 is to 2 million. Now let's go. We'll now make the table. We have a very famous table. And we write here the major titles: map, real, scale, centimeter. Why do I write centimeter and why not kilometer? Now I want to make a specific table for conversion from map to real and vice versa, and it should be written always in centimeter. If you make it like the input and output in centimeter, you can convert afterwards anything you need, or you convert before input in the table. So let's sing it: map, real, scale, centimeter, map, real, scale, centimeter, map, real, scale, centimeter. Now, if the scale is given in the question is 1, given that the scale is 1 to 2 million. 1 is to 2 million. Leave a gap after 3 digits from the right, and the gap after 3 digits, and then the 2. And if the real distance between Cairo and Alexandria is 240 kilometers, for example. We learned before in the steps of kilometer, meter, centimeter, 3 zeros, 2 zeros, 1 0. Big to small, multiply, and small to big, divided by. We want to convert this 240 kilometers into centimeters. You remember, you can refer to the first video. So now you just multiply this by 10 to the power of 5. You remember when I told you it is 5 zeros And remember we said because we will need it in map scale. From kilometer to centimeter, you just multiply by 10 to the power of 5. So now let's fill in. And now, of course, what is the question in this type of questions? We will ask about find the map or find the distance on map. Find the distance on map. Let's go. Map, real, scale, centimeter. Map, real, scale, centimeter. So scale is 1 is to 2 million. And the real distance, input and output in this table should be in what? In centimeters. Pay attention to make it easier for you. So the distance in reality is 240. No need to stick 5 zeros. It's enough to write multiply by 10 power 5. Now it's converted to centimeter. Okay, make it easy. And now about the map distance, I'll write it as x. And then we make cross multiplication. It is just a ratio. Just a ratio. So simple, so easy. So x equals a long dash, and we divide by the number connected to x. The number connected to x, you just put it down in denominator. What shall we write up? It is 1 multiplied by 240 into 10 to the power of 5. I can cancel 5 zeros with 5 zeros. This is so easy. 5 zeros with 5 zeros. Okay, I can also cancel these zeros. 1 0 with 1 0. Oh, I can do it without a calculator. It is 24 divided by 2. Yes, it is. 24 divided by 2. The answer is, this is the distance on map, will be 12 centimeter on map. It does make sense. If the distance in reality is 240 kilometers, for example, then on the map it will be just 12 centimeters. As big as that. Now, after we spoke about the map scale, we want to speak about also area scale. What is area scale? We are speaking about now the area of Egypt in reality. Area of Egypt in reality is we have to write here really. We say real area or actual area of Egypt. It is 1.01 million square kilometers. 1.01 million square kilometers. And we want to draw it on a map. Okay, what is the map scale? He will give me the map scale. And the question is 1 is to 10 million. 1, 2, 3, gap, 1, 2, 3. So now, what is the expected question? He will ask me to find the area of Egypt on a map. Find area of Egypt on the map. Now let's draw our famous table. But we'll change the titles. The titles were before, let's sing it, for map scale. This table is specific for map scale. Let's sing it. Map, real, scale, centimeter. Map, real, scale, centimeter. What about finding areas of countries or areas of cities or area of a lake, for example? The word area. You remember? Multiplied by 100 square, multiplied by 1,000 square, multiplied by million square, because area is usually measured in a unit of measuring which is squared. Like here, area of Egypt is 1.0110 times 10 to the power 6 kilometers squared. Now let's do it. Map. Let's complete the song. Map real area. Ah, there is a change. We changed the song. Area scale centimeter square. As we did before, that map real scale centimeter, this time it's not centimeter, it is centimeter square. We'll concentrate on something. Input and output in this table will be in centimeter square. So we will convert this kilometer square multiply by 10. You remember? Who can say it? Multiply by from, no, I have to write it for you. From kilometer to centimeter, you multiply by 10 to the power of 5, which is 5 zeros. But if you are converting from kilometer squared, which is area, to centimeter squared, which is area, multiply by 10 to the power of 5, and then you should write here but square. Okay, let's say it. If you convert from kilometer to centimeter, you multiply by 10 to the power of 5. But from kilometer squared to centimeter squared, multiply by 10 to the power of 5, but squared. Multiply by 10 to the power of 5, but squared. Multiply by 100,000, but squared. Now, I'll multiply by 10 to the power of 5 into brackets, all to the power of 2. When we take the lesson of indices, power of power multiply powers, power of power multiply powers, power of power multiply powers, as if you are multiplying by 10 to the power of 10. Okay, now let's go. How to fill in the table. Remember, if you fill in the table correctly, then the output will be also perfect. If input is perfect, output will be perfect. Let's concentrate. Map, real, area, scale, centimeter square. Map, real, area, scale, centimeter square. So, area scale will be this map scale, but squared. So, you will write here, it is 1 and here 10 million. May I write it like that? Yes, it's much easier. 10 million means 10 and we stick beside it 6 zeros. Remember, you have to square it. Why? Because it's not map scale, it's area scale. It's area scale, not map scale. Now, about where shall we write the real area? Below the title of real area, which is 1.01 multiplied by 10 to the power of 6 multiplied by 10 to the power of 10. Why shall I write multiplied by 10 to the power of 10? Because multiplied by 100,000 but squared. Multiplied by 100,000 but squared. Now, where is the unknown? The unknown is this x. So, we will simply make cross multiplication as we did before. Now, let's remember, what did we do before in the previous table? We did x equals and a long dash and the number connected to x, you just put it in denominator. Here we'll do the same thing. The number connected to x, it's a long dash, and we divide it by 10 multiplied by 10 power 6 into brackets all square. Why did we square it? Yes, it's not a map scale, it's an area scale. Okay, what shall we write up? It is 1, usually 1. You might not write it, we might not write it, of course, no need to write it, it's useless in multiplication. 1.01 multiplied by 10 to the power of 6 multiplied by 10 to the power of 10. Be careful, everybody. We spoke yesterday about there is a button in the calculator which looks like a box above a box. this button in calculator. I hope you can see it on the picture. Okay, we can write, let's do it together, please. Calculators, 1.01 into 10 to the power of 6 into 10 to the power of 10. All this in numerator. Now go down, denominator. Open brackets first and write 10 times 10 to the power of 6. Close brackets, then square it in denominator, then click equal. Now x will be equal to 101 centimeters squared. Now we did it. Does this make sense? Yes, 101 centimeters squared. If you find the square root of answer to check your work, it's about 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters on math. Yes. Now another question related to how do we find the scale. This is vice versa. Another question, let's make it as a quiz. It's related to forming the table. Take care the input and output are correct. If the input is correct, the output is correct. Okay, now let's go. If the distance between two cities on the map is 20 centimeters and their actual distance is 400 kilometers. Da-da-da-da. What's the coming question? What do you expect? Find the map scale. Okay, you have to learn something. Underlining the information in the question will let you concentrate. Some students, they just, when they see a word problem, they get terrified. They panic. I don't understand, what does he say? I don't know, what is the requirements exactly? Okay, be patient. Let's underline. It is on map. Okay, so this is the map. Yes, it does make sense. It is in centimeters. Okay, so this is the distance on map. And their actual distance is 400 kilometers. And the distance between them in reality is 400. So this is the real distance. Okay, what does he want? After the word find, my dad used to teach me this thing. After the word find, as put underline or put a circle on the thing after exactly the word find or after the word calculate. Okay, and you name it X. Now let's do our famous table. Who remembers the table? Who remembers the song? Map. Is it the one with area? No, it is distance. Distance. It's not the one with area. Map. Real scale centimeter. Map. Real scale centimeter. Map. Real scale centimeter. Now let's fill in. As we said before, that input and output should be in centimeters. Now let's go. What is the scale? I don't know. It's usually 1 is to something. And this X is unknown, but it's always 1 is to something. Another value, a bigger one. So map distance in centimeter. How much is it? It is 20. Do we need conversion? No, it's in centimeters. What about the real? Of course, will not be in centimeter. It's in what? In kilometer. It's distance between two cities in reality. Expect that we need conversion. We can just convert it in the table, no problem. In reality, 400 we multiply it by 10 to the power of 5, 100,000. Refer to video number 1. It's having the steps of conversion of kilometer to centimeter. You multiply by 10 to the power of 5. Now let's make cross multiplication. How to calculate it? X equals a long dash, and we divide by the number connected to X. What is the number connected to X? It is 20. And what shall I write up? 1. Shall we write the 1? No, it's useless in multiplication. So it is 400 multiplied by 10 to the power of 5. I want to remind you about the ratio. We didn't take ratio yet. We will take it very soon. Map to real and area scale. It is just a ratio. It is just a ratio. And this ratio is the same ratio. Between what and what? Between the distance in reality, distance on the map to the distance in reality. So the distance now, 400 multiplied by 10 power 5, now it is measured in centimeter. And this 20 is also measured in centimeter. What did you realize? What shall I say now? If we cut centimeter with centimeter, we will get the ratio. Now, calculators. Numerator, you write 400 times 10 power of 5. Denominator, you write just a 20. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So X is 2 million. How shall we write the ratio, or how shall we write the scale? You will write it as scale is 1 is to 2 million. That's it for today, and we'll complete. Next video, we will take similarity. Similarity between a model car and a real car, or similarity of a statue and a small statue, or similarity of like the area of a lake in reality and the area of the same lake on the paper. So map scale, area scale, it is some sort of similarity. Thank you. See you in the next video. Bye bye.